Namaskar, myself Pratik. In this session, we are going to discuss steps to design an ER model. In this session, we will learn how we can design an ER model from given requirements. Let us consider the requirements of a university management system. In this, you can see that on left side, we have list of requirements and on right side, I have its corresponding ER model. In this session, we will learn how we can convert these requirements into ER model. In initial observation, it appears quite tough to convert these requirements into ER model. But by following a step-by-step approach, we can make this process very simple and easy to understand. We will follow a step-by-step approach to design an ER model for any given requirements. So you can see there are 5 important steps to design an ER model for any given set of requirements. The first step is to identify the entities given in the requirements. After identifying the entities, we have to find out the relationship among these entities, and this is performed in step 2. In step 3, we have to identify key attribute, or in simple words, we have to identify primary key for each entity set in step 3. In step 4, we have to identify other relevant attributes of that entity set. Now, after capturing all these details in these 4 steps, the final step will be to draw the ER model. It means we are not going to draw the ER model in the first step. Actually, lot of pre-processing is performed before drawing the actual ER model. So, we have to first identify the entities. We have to find out the relationship among these entities. We have to identify attributes and key attributes of the entity sets. And after identifying all these information, then we have to draw the ER model. And you will appreciate that if we have this information with us, then designing an ER model will become very simple. So designing of ER model can become very simple if we follow these 5 steps. And in this session, we will learn how to apply these steps on any given requirements to draw ER model. We will perform all 5 steps on these given requirements to convert this into ER model or to obtain this ER model. So the first step is to identify the entity. Now, in order to identify the entities, we have to collect the nouns in the requirement sheet. Entities are actually nouns in the requirement sheet which has some properties, and these nouns play important role in the system. So let's read that point again. In order to identify the entities, collect all the nouns in the requirement sheet which has some properties and are important for the system. So in first step, we have to collect all the nouns in the requirement sheet which has some properties, and that nouns should be important for the system. So let us perform this step on the given requirements of university management system. Here, in order to make this process further simple, we have broken these requirements on line by line basis. So we will read each line one by one and identify important nouns in that particular line. So let's start with first line. Consider a university contains many departments. In this line, how many nouns can you identify? I hope that everyone is able to identify 2 nouns in this line. The first is a university and second is department. So we have already identified 2 nouns in first line. Now let's move to second line. Each department can offer any number of courses. So here again we have 2 nouns. One is department, which we have already underlined here. So each department can offer any number of courses. So here we have another noun, courses. So this will be our third noun. Now let's move to next line. Many teachers can work in a department. So here we have teachers. Many teachers work in a department. So teacher will be our fourth noun. So many teachers can work in a department. We have already underlined the department. A teacher, already underlined, can work only in one department. Department has also been underlined. So now let's move to next line. For each department, department has already been selected. There is a role of head which is performed by the teacher. So it is important to understand that here head is a role. So if there is some role or action indicated by that particular noun, we have to ignore it. So this head you can consider as a noun, but actually it is a role which is performed by someone. So this indicates some action in that. This is not actually acting as a noun in this case, which is performed by teacher. A teacher can act as a head of only one department. So here we have department which is already underlined. We have teacher, we have already selected it, and again we have department and teacher. So there is no new noun, and it is important to note that this head, it is actually indicating a role or action or performed by a teacher. A teacher can take any number of courses. So here we have teacher which is already underlined, courses. A course can taken by only one instructor. Instructor actually refer to teacher here. These are synonyms. So don't underline instructor because we have already selected teachers. Now go to the final line. A student can enroll for any number of courses. So here we have a new noun named as student. Student can enroll any number of courses, and in a course we may have any number of students. So this is a new noun for us. So this will be fifth noun. So in this requirement sheet, by reading each point line by line, we have identified 5 nouns. First is university, second is department, third is course, fourth is teacher, and fifth is student. Let us prepare the list of all such kind of nouns in first step. So here you can see that in first step we have to identify the nouns, and these are 5 nouns: same university, department, course, teacher, and student. Now these nouns can act as entity set. Since in ER model we have to represent entity set, and set means a group of entities. So here the important criteria for a noun to act as entity set is that it should have more than one instances. It is very natural. We have to select an entity set. An entity set can only be formed by more than one instance. So if a noun has only one instance, that cannot be considered as entity set. So here we have one exception in this requirement. If you read those requirements again, you can see that university has only one instance. Consider a university contain many departments. Each department offer any number of courses. All other entity set has multiple instances. But this university has only one instance, because here we are only considering a single university. So this university only has one instance, so it cannot qualified as entity set, because here we are only concerned with set of entities, means it should be more than one. But in this requirements we are only talking about a single university. So if an entity appear only once in the requirements, we can ignore that entity, and in this case we can ignore the university. So thus we can conclude that in the database we have only one university, and if an entity only has a single instance, then this entity is ignored. So the final entities are only department, course, teacher, and student. So in this ER model we will have 4 entity sets, and these are department, course, teacher, and student. And we have followed very simple step. We have simply read all the requirements line by line basis. We have underlined all important nouns in the requirements. And if a noun has only one instances, we can ignore that, because we are looking for entity set and it should have more than one instances. So university will not be considered as entity set. So we have department, course, teacher, and student as 4 entity sets as shown here. So this is the first step in designing the ER model. In next session we will discuss about the second step of designing ER model. This is all about this session. I request all of you to subscribe this YouTube channel to receive latest video tutorials on topics like data mining, machine learning, DBMS, big data, NoSQL, and many more. I have also launched a full video course on simplified approach to DBMS, which is available at Udemy platform. So you can join these courses to learn the full concept of DBMS online in the form of video lectures. Simplified approach to DBMS is now also available in the Kindle format. So you can download this book in the Kindle format from Amazon platform. I have also prepared a online course on SQL which is available at Udemy platform. This is the online course on PLSQL which is also available at Udemy platform. You can join these courses to learn SQL and PLSQL. I have also authored books on data mining and data warehousing, Simplified approach to DBMS, NoSQL in a day, beginning with SQL and PLSQL for beginners. All these books are available at Amazon platform. To read more about this, you can refer my website prateekbhatia.com. Thanks for watching this video.